Those of you who were amused by my supermarket story are going to be more amused with this next domestic report. Okay, some of you may have already heard that all of this week I had severe food poisoning. Okay, it started Tuesday. I woke up in the morning, something was really queasy, something was wrong with my stomach, but I still managed to go to work, forced myself to have a very light lunch, although I didn't feel like eating anymore. But by afternoon time, I was in and out of the bathroom, throwing up and having the runs. It was really, really terrible. That by the end of the day, before going home, I passed by the clinic and I had myself checked by the doctor, and he found that I had slight fever, my pulse was up, my BP was up, although I'm not hypertensive. And he asked if I was in pain, and I said, yeah, my stomach really hurts from the puking. And he said, well, that's why your vitals are up. It's like an alarm clock, right? So he said, okay, where did you last eat? And I said, I had lunch. No, sabi niya mga 12 hours dapat. So I said, well, actually, I went to a party last night. Sabi ko, sabi niya, all right, can you call the people there, some people there at the end of the party, to find out if they have food poisoning so that you can trace what the culprit is. So I texted Sheila Francisco and Juno Frasio, who were at the party, and then eventually Eladio, whose party it was, and all of them said that nobody got sick. So clearly, hindi nanggaling doon. So it was a mystery to me how I got sick. But anyway, the doctor gave me meds. I came home, there were rehearsals here. I was late because I was in that clinic. So we just had a reading, and after that, I got so weak that Jaime Del Mundo drove me pa to Mercury, and we bought the medicines, and I took the medicines. I had to replenish because I was losing all these electrolytes, tsaka potassium and sodium, so I had to replace it. But all through Tuesday night, I couldn't sleep into Wednesday morning. I was just in and out of that bathroom. To make matters worse, this was the week when all the taps went dry. So to add to my stress, going to the bathroom every hour or so with nothing to flush it with. Okay, this is graphic, but I mean, by that time, there was nothing left. I had puked everything. And so it was just all water, right? So I was so stressed by this whole thing, and I kept jolting up in the middle of the night because I had acid reflux. And I was so worried because I had a concert on Friday, and I didn't know if my throat was gonna get burned from all this acid. So it was a terrible Wednesday morning. I went through all of Wednesday, just in and out of the bathroom. No matter what I took in, I would just bring it all out, right? Again, we had rehearsals Wednesday night, and I was so weak, I just went through the motion of it. And then finally, inisip ko, after the rehearsals, I better rush myself to the hospital because I was lutang. I said I had to fly to Iloilo Thursday afternoon, and I didn't have it in me anymore. In fact, I was thinking to ask Sheila Balderrama, who was in the concert, to just do a solo concert. That was that bad. But I said, okay, one last ditch effort. I drove myself about 10 p.m. to St. Luke's, and the doctor said, stick out your tongue, and he says, oh my gosh, you're really dehydrated. So he put me on dextrose, put me through a battery of tests, and I slept there for like 7 hours. I woke up 4:30 a.m. Thursday morning, feeling a lot better. Buti na lang the doctor said that all my tests were negative for amoeba or virus, so I didn't have to take any kind of antibiotics. So he released me with a lot of other meds, and I knew I was okay na because I had a little bit more energy, and then I got hungry. So I drove by McDonald's, got a big, size iced tea and gulped it down, and then rested through Thursday morning and afternoon, and finally left for Iloilo. And I had my first meal in 2 days in Iloilo, which was just tinola soup, right? And wonder of wonders, and really by the grace of God, Friday I had the energy and I had the voice to perform. So praise God for that. So yeah, that was really grueling. I came home yesterday, Saturday, and I sat here and I was making cuento with your sisters about this whole ordeal. And then Hannah says, oh, actually, I also had a bum stomach around about Tuesday. I was throwing up also. So I go, really? And she says, yeah, at saka si Lisa, ang aming magaling na katulong, nakaka-promote ko lang maging mayordoma. And her daughter also had kind of like a bum stomach. And then CJ, said, well, actually, Kuya kind of had a weird stomach also. Sabi ko, when did this all happen? Sabi niya, oh, around about Monday, Sunday, Tuesday. Sabi ko, then the food poisoning was here in the house because we were all kind of sick pala. So, but here's the mystery, because I hadn't eaten in the house that whole week. So it couldn't have been the food. So sabi naman ng girls, baka it's the water that we drink. I said, it's possible because it's filtered water and it's delivered here. So alanganin naman, it's dirty, right? So sabi ko, wait a minute. It could be the water we use to clean the utensils, plates, and glasses with. And then it hit me. That was the week when water started to, just all of a sudden Metro Manila went dry, right? All the taps went dry. And I remember the day that happened. Okay, Lisa, ang aming magaling na katulong, nakaka-promote ko lang maging mayordoma, may diskarte, and I know she was like busybody running around getting any kind of container because nobody was ready for this. Rushing to get any kind of container to catch the last drops out of the faucet, right? Mga palanggana, mga little pails here and there and all of that. And she was, I thought, I was even impressed. Ang galing talaga. I'm so glad I promoted her, no, to mayordoma. So I left it at that. And then I'm sitting here talking to the girls and I said, wait a minute. I remember there was a drum in the kitchen where they put water to use to clean the dishes with. And I know we didn't have very many drums at that time. In fact, I had her buy drums later on in Baclaran kasi nagkaubusan na sa SM, right? And all the other places, right? So there was a drum there, I remember, although I didn't take much notice of it. So I went. Hold your horses. Ito po mga kapatid ang drum na niligay ni Lisa, ang magaling kong katulong. Nakaka-promote ko lang maging mayordoma. Okay? Ito siya. Another project of Barangay Das Marinas Council. Yes! It even has a personalized thing of our house number. Guess what, folks? It's the garbage can! So, I asked our kusinera right there and then, sabi ko, Yen, inutusan ka ba ni Lisa na ilagay ito? Sabi niya, opo sir. Sabi ko nga kay ate, basura yan, bakit yan ang gagamitin mo? Sabi ni ate, okay lang yan, linisan mo lahat, lagyan mo ng plastic, okay na yan. In other words, we were drinking off garbage. No wonder we all got sick. So, I am now thinking about Lisa, ang napakagaling ko at madiskarting katulong na kakapromote ko lang maging mayordoma, about demoting her back to being a katulong rather than a mayordoma. Anyway, all that aside, it's summer, there's a water crisis. Please be careful about hygiene and what you drink and all of that. Stay hydrated, be careful, especially be careful about madiskarteng katulong na pag-isipan mo kung ipopromote mo pa paging mayordoma.